Hello everyone and welcome to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 35. I'm Mike.
And I'm Colin.
And
Yeah.
How have I don't really have any funny quips to start this one off with. So I mean, just how have you been this week?
Been okay. Nothing too crazy. Just getting through school.
Mm-hmm.
Had my group speech on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I felt like it went okay. It was definitely better than I felt better doing this one than my, solo speech for the first one.
Yeah.
But wasn't too bad. And our group got the extra credit, so.
What was the extra credit for again?
We had to I told you about the scavenger hunt thing where we had to take pictures with people and stuff like that. So we did that, and we got that, and that's 10 extra points.
God damn.
So good. I think we did well. So we were a little under time, but we felt 18 to 20 minutes was way too long for what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
So we got to maybe 17, and that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we were just we felt quality was better over quantity.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I hope that my teacher doesn't take too much too many points off for that. But,
how close were you to the time?
I don't know. We don't really get to see that. So.
Really?
Yeah. No.
How are you supposed to okay.
Well, they have a timer who holds up a 10, a 15, an 18, and a 20 card, and they're keeping time, and the professor's keeping time.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really get to see that, and I don't really know if we get to see that at all. So
the 15 card?
The 15 card came up.
Okay, so I mean, I feel like you were close enough.
Yeah, I felt like it was, but it wasn't I was kind of ooh, that I hope we're okay, because the other groups pretty much got up to the time. Every other group got up to the time, so I don't know.
Okay,
we'll see, I guess. But yeah. Other than that, Sunday was a little weird. Because it was somebody on my floor's birthday who's a part of our little group that I tend to hang out with my sweet mates. And we went to dinner, and right when we started going to the student center, it starts pouring.
Yeah.
And we get drenched on the way there, and I feel like shit. I'm upset. And then we eat, and we go back, and as we're going back, it gets harder. So just got more drenched. So I had to completely change, and that sucked. And then they decided to, get fucked up on a Sunday, just drink too much. And one of the people was puking a bunch in the toilet, luckily.
Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, that's good.
But it just just get fucked up on a Sunday before classes. That's cool. I was a little upset. For obvious reasons, but I didn't partake because I was go ahead, turn the lights on, Mike. What color are you going with? Blue's nice. I like that.
I was thinking actually we can probably even turn that light off and get it more blue. Here, you keep talking.
Okay,
you keep talking.
Yeah. You cross.
Yep.
You cross in front.
Yep.
And I was a little upset, but my roommate was there was one moment where the one dude was in the bathroom puking, and I wanted to brush my teeth and go to the bathroom an hour ago, but he was in there still. So I came back, I went in there, and I was finally able to go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and everything. But when I came back from the bathroom, there were 3 dudes, including my roommate, in our room.
Yeah. And
I was out, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they were whoa, sorry. And then my roommate was it's my room too. I was I know, but you're drunk and you're talking, just get out. He's I'm not drunk. I'm And I felt bad about, blowing up a little bit, but
I don't think you should be. I mean,
I know I shouldn't have been, but like, I don't know.
He said it's his room too, but it's also your room too.
Right, yeah, I know. But I don't know. I just felt bad, so I apologized. But I was like, just no more Sundays, okay? Yeah. Fridays, Saturdays, I don't give a fuck, but Sundays, no.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen anymore. But yeah, that was a little shaky start to the week there. But
yeah,
otherwise it's been okay. I binged a show, which I can talk about later.
Oh, you completely binged it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's only 2 seasons, so I mean, what else did I do? I watched Good Mythical Evening, which I can talk about later as well. Mm-hmm. Other than that. Oh, I got interviewed for the school news thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of funny. I was walking to my second class on Wednesday?
Yes,
Wednesday. And, like, I was almost there. I was, like, right next to the building where my class is, and this girl was setting up a camera, and she was like, hey, you want to do this interview thing for the news, for my class or whatever? I was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, oh, cool. Great, because I don't think like people right off the bat say yes. I'm sure it takes a couple usually, but she was like, okay, cool. And she asked me like my thoughts on cultural appropriation, and I didn't like completely understand what she said at first. I was like, what? Yeah. She was like, cultural appropriation. I was like, oh yeah, no, that sucks. It's 2020. It's 2021. Don't do that. Be kind. Be kind. Be compassionate. Don't be a jerk about it. And I just kind of repeated myself a little bit there, but like, what are you gonna say other than don't be an asshole? Yeah. And then she was like, oh, cool. What are you gonna do for Halloween? I was like, oh, I'm going to a little party with some friends. And she's like, oh, cool. You dressing up as anything? I was like, yeah, I'm going as Blurry Face from 21 Pilots. I have to paint my hands and my neck black. Which was kind of funny after talking about cultural appropriation. Yeah. But like, I'm not, it's not.
I know it's a like complete different context, but it is just kind of funny to be like, yeah, cultural appropriation sucks. Oh, by the way, I'm painting my skin black for Halloween.
Yeah.
I know it's complete different context,
yeah,
but
no,
it's just
it's definitely not that at all.
There's
but
a
it's
level
just,
of
like,
irony
it's
there.
Funny.
Yeah.
But then I got done with that, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." But like in the end, I should have been like, "Can I plug something?" I want to plug this podcast.
Plug the podcast on school news.
Check out BrokeN Bois.
Yeah. No, see, what should have happened, because I saw you giving this interview.
Yeah.
Because I guess your class right there that you go to at that time is a class. It's like right after the class I'm getting out of. So I was leaving my building and I was walking that way. I was like, oh, is that Colin? Colin's getting interviewed? I was like, what is going on there? And I did walk past you and I was wearing a bright red sweatshirt, and I should have done something, probably, like at least like done like a little symbol or something, but I could have did a drive by. Subscribe to BrokeN Bois.
I mean, what's up, you fucking loser?
Yeah, what's up, cunt?
I hope whoever saw that clip enjoyed it. By the way.
Yeah, that's the first time we've done a clip like that, but I thought it was worthy because the cutoff was great at the end of the episode, but also that's the hardest we've ever laughed at anything on this podcast. So like, our reaction deserved to be seen to that ending.
Yeah, it's been an okay week though. Yeah. Gonna go to a party after this. Pretty excited.
Yes, sir.
How's your week been, Mike?
It's been all right. It's kind of, I think I said this last week, but I kind of mean it for real this time. That's like the calm before the storm right now. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to start like mentally raining next week, even though it's physically raining this week. There was a lot of rain this week.
It's been very rainy.
I don't think it's stopped raining for about 48 hours now.
Yeah. It's not like hard rain. It's just like sprinkly kind of.
Sprinkler. It's been hard at points, but like, well, no, it hasn't really been hard, but.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of been constant.
I mean, hey, I like the rain, but.
I do too, but I also don't like getting my feet like wet.
Yeah.
Like I wear sneakers, so walking around campus, like my shoes get wet. I mean, I brought an umbrella the last couple days, but you know.
Oh, you say sneakers, huh?
Sneakers, gym shoes. I just say
gym shoes.
I say both.
I don't know. Like I know that like varies from like.
I think Chicagoland. I think gym shoes is what's normally said around here.
Like some people say tennis shoes, some people say gym shoes. It's like I don't know. I feel like gym shoes sounds right.
Yeah.
Like tennis shoes, I feel like only relate to like that flat bottomed kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, you're good. Dialects are a very interesting thing. Regional dialects, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Like I say pop.
You say pop?
Pop, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You say soda?
Yeah.
All
right.
I can't do this podcast anymore.
Yeah, so this is the last episode of the podcast. Sorry it was a short one. No, I say soda pop.
Ew.
No. But yeah, I mean, it's been a decent week. I have done work this week. I mean, it hasn't been like, just completely fucking off doing nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be stressful work the next few weeks. Pretty much I'm going to celebrate Halloween, be stressed, and then celebrate Thanksgiving. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
And then be stressed, celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. The only thing this week is, for some reason, I just like had a knack for fucking up my own sleep schedule for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I was doing that to myself. Like, I don't know, because I wake up at like 7:30, 8:30 on either days or whatever. And like one of the days I had to wake up at 7:30, and the night before I was just on my phone, just looking at random stuff. I was like, oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. I was aware of the time. And I'm like, let's still do this. And I'm like, all right, it's 1:30. I gotta be up in 5 hours. Wait, 6. Wait, how does time work? Yeah, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
What's 1 + 6? Mike?
Yeah. Oh, no, okay. No, I know why I got confused now, because it was like probably around 2 o'clock when I actually fell asleep. So it was like 5.5 hours. And I'm like, all right. And then that day, it was Wednesday. I was like super out of it. I'm like, I have a quiz today. I have like a bunch of shit. This is a long day for me too. It's the day I have the most classes. It's not my longest length day, but I have the most classes on Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. So I was just like exhausted. I had to take a nap in my car before working because I needed to work on Wednesday. I'm like, I need to make some money.
Yeah.
So I took a nap in my car before my last class, which I've never done that before.
Yeah,
that was
weird.
Uncomfortable. Yeah. But I got some sleep in and it did help. So I mean,
you're in the front seat or the back seat?
I did the front seat. I like reclined it backwards.
Wonder how many people looked in and were like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I was just sleeping at the stadium. That's where I park. So,
did he break into that car?
But yeah. So that was whatever. And also that day there was. I still feel so bad about this. And I probably should bring it up to the people. But as I was going into a quiz that I had that day, it was for my theory class, and like normally I'm pretty good with theory, but like it's like a theory class based on like jazz and rock, and we're doing some really jazz stuff at the moment, like some like complex scales and like complex chords that they go with, and just like mixing and matching that stuff and knowing what goes with what. And I'm like, oh, this is a lot. Right. But I was like thinking about it so much. I was like trying to like, okay, what chord goes with this scale, and like going into my building and then going up the stairs. I'm like, okay. And then like I passed by like one of my professors that like I had last year for composition studies. I was like, oh hey, and he was like, hey. And then like as I was walking to the class, I saw someone that I knew sort of from a class, and then I was like, hey, and she's like, hi. And like they just like said hey, like normal, like hi. And then like I keep walking down the hallway. I'm like, oh shit, I just completely forgot to put my mask on. Like I just completely slipped my mind like to do that. It was also sort of rainy that day, if I remember. Like that was part of like what I was thinking. I don't know. And I was like, oh my god, I just like literally walked by those people with no mask on. People that I like sort of know, but like not really. Yeah. Like I'm like, do they now think I'm like against this shit or something? And I'm like, I don't know, because they're both nice people. I probably should just like reach out and just be like, hey, oops, sorry about that. I was tired and stupid. And yeah, I don't know. I felt really bad about that, but I mean, I don't know. The second person I ran into though, I'm surprised she didn't like say anything or make like a weird face or anything, because like she was just standing there waiting for her class, and then I said hey, and she's like hey, and then no like face, no like confused in the eyes, like why are you or something like that.
Where's your mask?
Which I probably would have at first interpreted like, why are you talking to me? But I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Oops.
It was an oops. I'm vaccinated.
There have been a couple times, it was like earlier in the year, but like there were a couple times where I went into the hall of my dorm complex and into like the elevator, either to go do laundry or like just go downstairs, and I realized, oh fuck, I forgot my mask, so I'm just on the elevator without a mask on. I'm like, oh god, what are people gonna think about me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble and people are gonna think I'm stupid. Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what about being in this place made me forget my mask a couple times, but it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, no, it just feels wrong once you realize it. Yeah. It's like, it was such a weird thing too, because I just like completely didn't even notice at first. It's like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of what to relate to. Like, it's just like one of those things where you just forget about something for... Actually, what I'm thinking of is, in Better Call Saul, his brother has, like, that electricity thing or whatever. Yeah. And, like, there's, like, a scene in one of the earlier seasons where he just, like, Jimmy left his files in the car. He crashed on the couch or whatever. I'll just go out and get his files real quick or whatever. Goes out there, doesn't even think about it. And then, like... Jimmy, goes out, he's like, Chuck, what are you doing? And Chuck looks around, he's like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. That's kind of like the moment I had, just like, oh fuck, I didn't even like think about it. It just slipped my mind. Jesus
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, we've talked about our weeks for a long time.
It's okay.
No, yeah, it's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. We're people too.
Yeah, sometimes. But
we don't have to talk about music nonstop.
Yeah, I guess. No.
Oh, let's talk about a TV show. But
yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it's been mostly fine. Just keeping up with stuff. I was able to work on a good chunk of a song this weekend and this week, which I am happy about, and I will show you the progress on that afterwards.
Yes,
but it's in a very, well, I shouldn't say very rough place, but a pretry rough place.
Rough draft.
It is a rough draft, yeah. Missing a key instrument, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's been pretty decent otherwise.
Yeah, I'm glad. Nothing too bad.
Yes, sir.
So, do you want to talk about anything else before I get into some stuff?
I mean, I guess we can go over brief music news. Okay. One thing you pointed out to me, like, just a few minutes ago that I forgot about, Nothing But Thieves. They released a combined edition of last year's Moral Panic and this year's Moral Panic 2, the EP, into a nice, like, literally perfectly 1 hour album.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to it. I mean, I know all the songs, but, like, looking at this track list, I do like a lot of it. I like a lot of the choices that they made. Mm-hmm. Like, before we drift away off Moral Panic, I always thought that was kind of a weaker closer. I'm not a huge fan of that song. But Your Blood, though, I do like that song for the most part, and I think that's a much better closer. And there's a lot of interesting placements here that I think probably work pretty well. I'm excited to listen through it.
Yeah, I like Future Proof being the second song on the album. I think that's pretty good. It
probably works well after Unperson as well. Yeah.
I love Unperson. Oh, man.
I forget if we wanted that. Actually, nah, I'm okay with that. But, yeah, this looks like a good trio. Actually, no. This right here, that's a great fucking run of tracks. Impossible, If I Were You, There Was Sun, Can You Afford, and then Phobia.
Yeah.
That sounds like that'd be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to that.
Me too. But there's that. Another thing is Ed Sheeran released an album. Woo!
Yay!
I did listen to it.
Oh, really?
Well, I listened to most of it. I didn't get to finish it because I was listening to it while driving here. It's an Ed Sheeran album. I mean, it's better than some of the other stuff I've heard from him. Like, it's not like cringy, like him trying to be a hip hop star or some shit like that. For the most part, one song was a little on those lines. There's some cute ballads on there. Like, there's the ballads are the things I enjoyed the most. But anytime he tried doing something other than that, I was like,
right.
His singing voice was pretty good, like, throughout.
Yeah. He's just kind of there.
It was an Ed Sheeran album.
Yeah.
It's kind of... It exceeded my expectations a little bit due to, like, some of his previous, like, recent endeavors. And also, like, did you ever listen to Bad Habits, his song?
No.
That was, like, the lead single to this.
I saw, like, a clip of the video where he was, like, a vampire, and I was like...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's, like... That's the only song I heard from it prior. I'm like, oh, God, this is going to be a train wreck. That was the worst song I heard from there.
Wow.
He released that as the lead single. There's a really bad, like, really... I don't know. There's like a bass line in there that just sounds really bad. Like it's very electronic and like hardly fits. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But the ballads themselves, I think, are pretty cute. There's one in particular. I kind of want to look at it because it was a nice song. Oh, there it is. It's advertised on the top of my thing.
Equals.
Yeah.
I thought he already had an equals.
Nah, he has this little math
plus, minus,
thing.
divide,
multiply. Does he have minus? Plus?
I thought it was just...
I guess he doesn't have minus yet.
That's a little weird.
I don't know why he went straight to equals, but
yeah.
I guess minus will be the next one. The song First Times was kind of cute.
Okay.
It was an ode to his wife.
I didn't know he was married.
Me neither. He has a kid, too.
What?
Yeah. Talks about that. The Joker and the Queen was alright, too. I like the instrumentation. I didn't really listen to the lyrics too much on that
That's
one.
a little rough.
Huh.
The amount of streams each of these songs have.
Well, this literally just came out today.
Yeah, I know, but like usually with like big artists like this, it's usually like a lot more than
maybe.
tens of thousands.
It might be an algorithm thing too. I know sometimes when there's a lot coming in at once, sometimes because that's like what YouTube did back in the day. Like, remember when it used to get like 301 plus views or whatever?
Yeah.
Like just because it got so much in one time frame that it needed to like catch up with itself or something like that. That might be what's happening here, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, because like you see, like the singles have like hundreds of millions.
600, dude. That song's not good.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, was there anything else that happened this week?
We're 2 weeks away from Silk Sonic.
I thought it was next week.
And that's the 12th.
Damn.
No, next week is our next artist analysis.
Actually, yeah, that's good timing then on that part.
Yeah. And then the week after that is Adele. So.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll dance and then we'll cry.
Of course. Did you watch Olivia's video for Traitor? No?
I did not.
It's much better than the Brutal video.
Okay, that's good.
It's very stylized. It's like
I saw something about her like being in a pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was in a pool. It was a very it fit the song pretty well.
Okay.
It's very, all her videos are shot well, but this one I felt like was like really like it fit the song most.
Okay.
It was nice. Yeah,
I'll have to check that out. Traitor's I wouldn't say I dislike it. It's more just the song on Sour that I think like, yep. That's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much of a connection to that one personally.
Me either. At first I didn't like it all that much, but over the months it's definitely grown on me more.
Yeah.
I like it better than a couple songs on the album.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's the worst one. It's just kind of decent.
yeah, it's just it's not the best, but it's there.
Maybe I'll have to check out that video though.
Yeah. 21 Pilots, they submitted Scaled Nicey for Best Pop Vocals and Best and Album of the Year to the Grammys. While I love those guys, it's just not gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
21 Pilots, I'm wearing your merch right now, but like, did you not submit Trench?
Did they not submit Trench?
I don't know if they did, because that had much more of an opportunity than Psy has.
For sure.
Like, I like Psy, but guys, really? The Grammys?
Look this up.
Did
Trench get nominated?
It didn't get nominated, I don't think, but did they submit it?
Oh, get submitted
for the
Grammys.
Let's see. Trench
it didn't get a nomination.
Look at Grammy.com maybe.
Does it say when they submit stuff?
It got an award.
What did?
1 win, 3 nominations.
This is 21 Pilots in general.
Oh.
I think they got the win for Blurry Face.
Right.
Yeah, Record of the Year.
Yeah.
Or no. Best Duo Performance for Stressed Out.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
As far as they only have 3 nominations.
Right, you'd think.
I wish that Trench got nominated, but
That should have been. Best like rock album or something like that.
Yeah, no, it would have been great. It would have fit rock as well. I mean, like, it definitely is poppy, but, like, it's more rock than anything else they do.
It's more rock than AJR, right?
Anything they do is more rock than AJR. But, like, I mean, Trench has, like, My Blood could arguably be there. It's a little disco-y, I guess.
Yeah.
But Jumpsuit for sure.
Yeah, Jumpsuit.
Chlorine's kind of like a morph. Or not chlorine.
Morph
is kind of a morph of rock and like some other stuff.
Yeah.
Chlorine, that's pretty poppy. But,
I saw that and I was like, oh boy, guys.
Yeah.
I love this album. I love you guys, but it's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Maybe next time.
And if it does, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
like,
be happy to see them win something, but
Me
like
too.
also it's like,
do this
for Scaled and Icy, really?
Just cover it up and be like, hey, this is for Trench last year. Or 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's 3 years ago now. That's
yes,
crazy.
sir.
But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot of music news
Mhm.
that I saw. Non-music news. Did you see that Facebook's changing its name?
I heard about it. I didn't know like what it's changing it to though.
If you had to guess what they were changing it to, what would you say?
Probably something worse and less catchy.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Maybe something like minimalistic as well, since that's kind of a trend at the moment.
Yeah,
just
true.
like something like, I don't know,
You're
vibe,
close.
some shit like that.
Kinda. It's meta.
Yeah, actually, I was very close. I
Yeah.
was on the right track with that.
Yeah.
Meta. Why the fuck would they do that?
I don't know. Considering Facebook is such a fucking staple.
It is. It's a staple, and like, I mean, let's be real. It's mostly used by older people nowadays too.
Yeah.
Older people who don't like change.
Mhm.
So you're going to make them change, and they're not going to like it.
No. I'm gonna guess that it's probably gonna last a good couple months until they change it back.
Yeah,
or
it's gonna
something
be
like that.
was it Duncan that did something like that at one point?
Yeah.
No, it was IHOP, right?
IHOP did IHOB,
Yeah.
which was the International House of Burgers, but that was just like a publicity stunt to get like.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, because they didn't actually change it. It was just like, oh, we actually serve burgers too. If you guys want to get burgers, it's called IHOB. But like, Dunkin' also did it but they actually changed their name from Dunkin' Donuts to just Dunkin'.
That's fine though.
Yeah,
like
no.
I mean.
Yeah, because they serve so much more than donuts. But like
Yeah.
Facebook, why change the name? They might want to get away from like the bad publicity that Facebook has behind that name right now. But like at the same time, nobody's gonna stop using. None of the old people that use your platform are gonna stop using it.
Yeah, and everyone's just gonna. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, I made," or "Hey, are you on Meta?" They'll be like, "What? Facebook? Oh, yeah." That's how that conversation's gonna go every single time.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like they could have just changed it to like The Book or something like that. But like Meta, what?
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg comes out here. Hi, we're changing the name of Facebook to Meta. It's like, why? I just don't understand.
Was that? Did he announce that in like a video, like in his home or something like
It was
that?
probably.
I saw
a couple edits.
Yeah, Connor Eats Pants. He noticed one thing, like in like Mark Zuckerberg's like living room area, like there's just like a shelf of books and stuff, and then there's just like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, like on the very end of it. he tweeted out a picture of that. That was really funny.
I smoke my meats.
Yeah, pretty much.
You remember that video?
No.
Last year? I think that was last year. Mark Zuckerberg put out a video. He's like, I like to smoke these meats. Some people think it's hard, but smoking these meats is not that hard. And
it's like vaguely is bringing back some
I don't know.
memories.
It was some like stupid meme that lasted a couple of weeks, but like I don't know. But yeah, that was a little stupid. I saw that yesterday. I was like, I kind of want to bring that up. I think it'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's fucking stupid. But the TV show I binged this week, I binged Ted Lasso. It's an Apple TV thing, but I didn't watch it on Apple TV. I mean, I could have because I have Apple TV, but I didn't think to. So Yeah, it was very good. It's like a comedy drama kind of series about this this guy who's played by Jason Sudeikis named Ted Lasso, who is hired as a European soccer coach or football coach when he'd only coached American football, and he was hired because the owner of the club, which is, I don't know, a football club is like a soccer team. It's just the other word for it. There's a lot of like British slang that I didn't get, and neither did Ted either, which was kind of funny. But yeah, he's hired to make the team fail because the owner got it as like from her divorce. Like she got the club, and she wants it to fail just to rub it in her ex's face. But like she ends up like loving him, like not like romantically, but like he's like a great person and you can't hate him. But like it's like a great, it's super funny, but it also gets really serious at points. Like it talks about like panic attacks and stuff like that, and like divorce, and it's just like it's really sweet. And I think you'd like it, to be honest. Okay. Because like Ted is just like he's this southern Kansas boy who just comes into London with this Kansas accent. He's just over positive and like he I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like a really good show, and I know a lot of people liked it, and it won a bunch of Emmys this year. But like when I heard about it, I was like, that sounds kind of like not at all what I would watch because it's like about sports. But like I ended up really liking it, even the sport parts. Like, and I always peg myself for somebody who doesn't like soccer at all because I thought it was boring. But they made it seem really interesting, which was probably hard to do because soccer is soccer. No offense to your past, Mike.
My 8-year-old self is quivering.
How many goals did you make, Mike?
Not nearly as much as other people did. That's why I stopped playing soccer.
I love that picture where you're like.
That is a good picture.
But yeah, really good show. I highly recommend it to anybody. It's very funny. It'll make you cry. It almost made me cry a couple times, but like, it's kind of like on the side of. You've heard of This Is Us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like a lot less serious.
A little more lighthearted.
Yeah, it's a lot more lighthearted. There are definitely serious moments, but it's a lot more funny and lighthearted than This Is Us. This Is Us was good for the first couple seasons, but then it just kind of like it ran out of interesting stuff to say.
Yeah.
So, and it's still going. Like the acting's really good, but like I don't know, the stories were just a lot more interesting in the first and second season. But like Ted Lasso, this is like the first show I binged since earlier this year. I watched Barry, which is another great show, who's Bill Hader's in it. Another SNL alum. They just make great shows, I guess. Like you got Andy Samberg, who did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You got Bill Hader and Barry. You got Jason Sudeikis on Ted Lasso. There's like. And I think Tina Fey did 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Like the things that they go off to do after they're off the show is like crazy. I'd love seeing them do that stuff because I love SNL, even if it's not as great as it was back in the day of Bill Hader and stuff like that. It's still got some funny stuff to it. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that show.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It was a good show.
Yeah, binging shows is something I don't really do as much as other stuff.
Not me either.
I don't know why. Yeah, the only thing I could think of in recent times is Squid Game, and like even that is only because everyone was talking about it. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to, I want to be in the loop, and so I was like, it's only like 7 episodes, I think, and I'm like, I'll do it. Yeah, I tried to watch Squid Game, but then I just kind of like fell off of it. Like the first episode was pretty interesting with like with the red light, green light kind of stuff, but like by the time I got to it, everyone was already posting spoilers and everything, so I kind of like I know who wins and everything. Yeah,
at this point I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I've seen the cookie needle thing a million times. I don't need to watch a whole hour episode to see that. Like, I like Korean cinema and everything. Like, Parasite's fantastic. And like,
I need to watch that still.
You've never seen Parasite, Mike? Wow.
Nope.
I would have thought you'd seen that. I don't know. I've seen it a couple times.
I mean, I haven't really had access until recently.
That is true, I suppose.
With our legal streaming service.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great movie.
I've heard Old Boy is also really good.
I've heard that one's very good as well.
Train to Busan is another one.
That's another one I want to watch.
I don't know. I think that one's a TV movie.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I know it's a movie, but I didn't know if it's a TV movie or not.
I might be completely wrong.
But like, they're remaking Train to Busan in America. They're just gonna,
that's not very good.
I'm sure they're just gonna like whitewash it. But like, I don't know why you need to remake something like that.
Isn't Busan like a place in Korea as well?
Yeah, they'll probably rename it or something like that.
Train to San Francisco.
Train to Decatur, Illinois.
Yeah.
Train to Indianapolis.
Train to Detroit.
Oh. They're not actually zombies. There's just violence.
It's just yeah.
Yeah, that was a very good show, and I don't binge shows unless it's like something that I can really get into in the first like 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely me too.
Yeah, like I watched the first episode of Ted Lasso. I was like, okay, I'll give it another episode, and then I was like, ooh, I like it, and like Barry, earlier this year, that's another like comedy drama. It's like about this dude who's a hitman, but then he finds love in acting, but like he still gets like drawn into being a hitman by his old like partner.
Yeah.
And like it has to find this like in between where you can be an actor and a hitman.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. Bill Hader's a great fucking actor. But yeah, that's another show that was like that drew me in the first episode because I'd heard a lot of good stuff about it. But yeah, I binged that in a couple days as well, earlier this year before school and everything was in person. So yeah, give those two shows a try. Definitely. Ted Lasso and Barry, great fucking shows. I highly recommend both of those.
Yeah.
But yeah. I also watched Good Mythical Evening last night. Good Mythical Morning is a YouTube morning show that they've done, that Rhett and Link have done for going on 10 years now.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. But there's somebody that they're a channel that I've watched since like I was maybe 12, 13.
Sorry, it's like hitting me because like I think I actually do remember when they started.
Yeah.
I've never really like watched it. Well, I've watched episodes, but I've never been like, oh, yeah, I'm avidly watching this show. But I think it's hitting me now that I think I do remember when they started that.
Yeah.
And that was 10 years ago. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But they're fucking hilarious. I love them so much. And they did and Good Mythical Morning is like a family show that you can watch. Like they swear very small amounts. Like, and they just started doing that recently. Like they'll say ass or bitch, or no, not even bitch. They'll say ass or damn, something like that. But nothing like fuck or motherfucking. They'll say hell.
Yeah. How dare they say hell?
Ooh, it's in the Bible. It's not a swear word, Mike.
Yeah.
But like they did a evening show last night where they did a lot of risque things that they can't do on YouTube.
It's like a late night.
Yeah. They did a pre-show where they got drunk before the actual show.
Oh God.
And
that's a great sign.
The show starts and Link is just off his ass drunk.
Oh.
And Rhett's he's kind of drunk, but he's definitely not as drunk. And they did a lot of they did a lot of games that they do on their normal show, like the shuffleboard game or the or like taste tests. But they tasted like flavored lubes. And their mythical chef guy who came out, and he was in like in like a tear apart shirt, and he
Okay.
he tore off his shirt, and he had like the collar with the bow tie, and he had like cufflinks. He was like, "Here's your first lube." It was pina colada or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he came out for the second one, and he was just covered in lube. And the rep was like, "Lube boy," and he comes out, he's like, "Who wants some moisture?"
Jesus Christ.
So fucking funny. They did a shuffleboard game where they tried to figure out what century sex toys came from, and they had a sex doll, a rented sex doll, and when they found out it was rented, they were both like, "Ew, disgusting." And Rhett was like, and Link was like, "How do they even clean that?" He's like, and Rhett was like, "I'm sure they just put a hose up there, put it on high pressure, and it's just perfectly clean." But like, and then she was on a table, and it fell over, and the eyes popped out.
Oh my god.
So Link was like, "No! Oh my god! Help her! Somebody help her!" And like, Rhett had to like put the eyeballs back in, and they were slightly off, so
Oh
like
my
they were
God.
looking different directions, and they were like, they didn't know her name, and then Stevie, who's like their producer, was like, "It's Brittany." And they're like, "Oh God, Brittany, I'm so sorry." But like, oh my God, it was so fucking funny.
It sounds like a perfect, just like, fuck show.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like everything's going wrong, but it's so right. Type of like cow chop stuff almost.
Yeah. But it was so different seeing somebody that you've grown up watching just go completely off the rails.
Yeah.
Like, you rarely hear them swear, and it's like you listen to their podcast, they swear a little bit, they'll say fuck or shit sometimes, but like it was just like they had like a not a speech jammer, but like a telephone kind of thing where they had like one person had like loud music on, and the other person, and they had to, like, figure out what the other person was saying, and like there was one question where Link had to ask Rhett, "Why do British people say cunt so much?" And Link didn't want to say cunt. He was like, I don't want to say cunt. And it was just like, okay, I mean, hey. But like a couple years ago, they were doing one of the Will It episodes where they see if one food will turn out to be like as good as another food made into that food. I don't know. But like there was an episode where they had like chips, and it was made out of like a bull's penis or something like that.
Okay.
And
like bull testicle?
I think it was penis.
Oh, okay.
And and Rhett like kept saying penis on accident, and like he said, "Will it penis?" And like Link was like, "No, that's not the episode. That's for later. Write that down." And that was like years ago. And then yesterday they were like, "Will it penis?" And they brought out a Twinkie. And Rhett just kind of like stands up and he holds it where his dick is, and he's like, "I mean, it's consistent with my skin tone. It's filled with cream. I think it'll penis."
Jesus.
And then he like squeezes it.
Of course.
Just cream. But it was, and that was the only part of that segment. It was so fucking funny. But yeah, that was very fun. And then the after show, they were playing a game where, it was like, are these real terms for having sex, or are they fake terms? And then like whoever got it right got to read like a thirsty tweet about themselves, and it got pretty funny. But like, yeah, it was just like, that was so weird, but it was so worth $25. I was laughing so hard. Like they started off the show and they were just like, "Shit, fuck, motherfucking bitch, cock." They were just swearing because they could, and it was just, I don't know. I love those guys. They're so funny.
Yeah. You know, that does sound like that would be entertaining.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good show. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You know, it's weird because they're like my dad's age or my mom's age. So it's like,
really?
Yeah, they're 43 or 44 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that old. I thought they were like in their 30s.
Yeah, no, they're in their 40s. It's pretty crazy.
Damn.
But yeah. That's all of my notes for the week.
Yeah.
Sorry to talk so much.
No, you're good because I don't have jack shit to say. So,
I just watched a lot this week. So.
You are keeping the podcast alive.
Of course. Of course.
Do I have anything else to say? I talked about the mask incident.
Yes.
It's what the mask is. I talked about what the point of the mask is.
Talked about your song. You talked about
I guess if any of you are curious, I mean it's probably a little obvious that like it's being worked on, but I don't even know if I mentioned it. But November is a song that I released on November 1st last year. Well, just me and not this piano, my piano at home, and you know that went over pretty well. That song meant a lot at the time. I mean, it still does mean a lot, but like, you know, I was living it at the time.
Right, yeah. Check it out on Plaintive, by the way.
That's true. Check it out on Plaintive, and hopefully check it out soon. The original plan was to get it out by November 1st again this year to kind of just come full circle.
But, it'll work hard, Mike. It's Monday.
Yep. I just gotta, force some things. But
Stay awake.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get it out November 1st. Maybe I may be able to get it out within the month. We'll see. But don't count on it.
You better not release November and December, Mike.
No, if anything, if it doesn't get released this month, it'll probably just be on the album. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was able to work on that, and there's, like I was saying, it's in a rough state at the moment. But there's one part that's pretty much done, and like I'm like, ooh, that sounds pretty good. I played it for Vince the other night. He was like, "Okay, you're going off," and I was like, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm pretty proud of that. Sorry, I'm trying to think of anything else.
We went to the record store again yesterday. Mm-hmm. Saw some cool stuff.
Yeah. They had "Awaken My Love" by Childish Gambino, which it didn't really get to the point, but I told Colin beforehand when we were eating lunch, I was like, okay, if I'm about to buy something, stop me. I don't care what it is. You need to stop me. And like,
I saw him pick it up, and I was like,
I was like, I'm not gonna get it. But that looks really nice on vinyl. Seeing that made me realize I think I actually do want that one on vinyl. That would be a good one on vinyl.
It's a very cool album cover.
Yeah. I would probably freak the fuck out of whoever sees it. It is kind of a scary album cover.
Yeah, it is. But
my mom will see that. She'll be like, what is
the
that?
fuck?
That was...
They had Apricot Princess on vinyl, which I was about to buy. And then
Rex Orange County.
Yes, sorry. But I stopped myself. Which was hard. But they also had Stranger in the Alps on vinyl, and I would have bought it on CD, but I just I was like, I can't. No, it shouldn't. It's like I can't.
It's your idea to go in there.
I know. It's just when it comes to music, I have no fucking my
urges are a little insistent.
My compulsions just...
Compulsion, that's the word.
They just won't stop.
Compulsivity.
Whenever I see something music I want, I'm compulsive about it. Like with the Phineas thing, that was a complete compulsive buy. Like, I did not need that, but I did it anyway, and I was like, fuck it. But this one, I was like, I should wait.
Yeah.
I spent a bit this month. I maybe next month. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah. I worked last night. I could have said this during what happened this week portion, but I worked yesterday, and my last order, it was like a double order, and it was from a Noodles and Company. Yeah, and the one lady, the first person that I was delivering to had her like work address in the app, and I had to I got there, no cars, lights were completely off. I was like, is she like the cleaning lady? What's going on? And I get up there, and I'm standing like away from the door. I'm like, hey, I'm at the bank. I texted her, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. That I forgot to change the address. Would you mind taking it to my house? I'll give you $20 cash. And I was like, Yeah.
Just like-
It was already on top of like a $4 or $5 tip too. It was like,
This.
it was only like 5 extra minutes too, so it was like you really didn't need to give me this $20, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain.
She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I was like, "You're completely okay. Have a good night."
Yeah.
And then the other one was like fine, but like it was in an apartment complex where I had to like buzz in. And, like,
Oh,
yeah, it was weird. I had to buzz in, and I had to bring it up to their apartment and place it in front of their door. And like it just smelled like weed and cigarettes in that apartment complex. It was like, ugh.
There's a couple apartments I've been to that have been like that. Yeah, where you can just smell weed and booze and cigarettes. Yeah, it's just like
live your life, but like, why you gotta smoke inside, man?
Yeah,
it's just disgusting.
Agreed.
But yeah, I just thought that was cool.
20
bucks
no,
cash.
for sure. That's definitely a highlight. Yeah.
Like you said, we love that untaxable income.
Yep. No one report us. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into song of the week
Yes,
now.
sir.
Who's first this week?
It is me this
It's
week.
you this week.
I'm like 90% sure.
Good, because I don't have a song.
Cool. I didn't have one for a while either. But I realized after we went to the record store that I always kind of forget this album exists. The Awaken My Love, Childish Gambino. But like when I remember it, I'm like, oh yeah, let's listen to that. And that's what I did this morning. And I realized last week you asked me a question. Well, actually, I think I asked you a question. Do you associate any songs with Halloween? And then you threw it back at me, and I was like, other than clipping, no. Honestly, that album does have a few songs that are kind of like Halloweenish, a little spooky-ish. I'm not going to choose one of those, but that... To answer your question from last week,
Right.
I would, prior to clipping it, I probably would have said some stuff from there, like Zombies or Boogeyman are a good one for that. But anyways, for my actual song this week, I listened to that album. You know, Redbone's a bop, everyone knows that. But one song on there that is, like, absolutely fantastic is, it's a long one, but Me and Your Mama. It's...
What?
Me and Your Mama.
Excuse me?
You heard me, right?
Sir?
No, yeah. It's a fantastic song, and yeah. Childish Gambino. Me and Your Mama. Alright. Me and Your Mama.
Good song. Good song.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've listened to that. To that album in general. And I honestly didn't remember that song at all. It's very good.
Yeah. No, that song is... It's a long song for sure. The beginning, it's kind of like a, okay, I get it, where are we going? But I think it builds up to that second portion, like, perfectly. And, like, on future listens, it's like, oh, I just can't wait for it to get there. Yeah. The little 70s, like, funk rock, whatever that is there.
Yeah, when he's he comes in and he's, like, scream singing,
yeah.
It sounds a lot like Prince.
Does it?
Is what I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
It's very... Because, like, Prince liked to do a lot of that, like, those high, like, wah! kind of things. And, just reminding me a lot of Prince. It was very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of those, like, 70s vibes throughout the whole album from what I hear. And I really like a lot of that album, and that song in general I think is really good.
Yeah,
so,
I liked it a lot.
And that outro also, I mean... It is long, and like we were kind of talking a little bit through it, but like just like putting on headphones and just kind of like listening to it, it sounds so good. There's like a bunch of little elements. That little bass does sound a little funny out of context, but like it is so not the. It's so good.
I mean, like the transitions in between each portion of that song are great.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's
that
fucking
was very
fantastic.
Good. I gotta re-listen to that album.
Yeah, and I remember there was like not even exaggerating, there was probably like a 2-week span at one point when like just the let me into your heart was stuck in my head, just that right there. Like I don't know, something about that melody just got like engraved into me. I was like, I can't stop singing it. It's so good.
It doesn't take much for you, Mike. It's not take
that
much
is
for
true.
you.
That is true. But when it's good, I'm like, that is good. It's good shit.
Yeah, I gotta re-listen to that album. I really like Donald Glover as an actor, and Awaken My Love is like the only album I've listened to by him. So
that's probably my favorite from him. Because the Internet is also pretty good. But I feel like Awaken My Love is more consistently good than that one is. Also because the Internet is a little dated at points nowadays. But some songs are still great. Like 3005, Bob Sweatpants is really fucking good too. Yeah.
I definitely have to also re-listen to that after hearing that. Very good pick.
Thank you.
Since it's been raining a lot this week, I know that I chose Blackbird from my rainy day playlist back at like episode like 3 or something.
Yeah, that was an early one.
But I was re-listening to it this week because it's been raining all week, and a song came on and I was like, oh wow, I haven't heard this song in a while. It was How Are You True by Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
Great song. How Are You True by Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Mike?
That was really pretty. I actually really enjoyed that, and we were kind of talking a little bit towards the beginning. I've been saying like I've been meaning to listen to Cage the Elephant, like actually listen to them for a while now, because I have heard like Ain't No Rest and Cigarette Daydreams. I'm like, yeah, I like those songs.
Yeah.
But like that, I think that song has convinced me like, okay, I actually really need to listen to them because that was really pretty, and I liked a lot of the soundscapes they were going through in there too. Like, I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, great fucking song.
That was a convincer song for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna listen to them now.
Yeah, I feel like that one really fits the rainy day kind of vibe.
Yeah, it hits.
It's so good. That's one of my favorites off of Tell Me I'm Pretty, or Tell Me I'm Pretty, and it's just a really good fucking song. I love that album, and it's been a long time since I've went through a Cage the Elephant. Well, that one at least. I listened to Melophobia a lot, which is the album before Tell Me I'm Pretty, because that's my favorite by them. But like both are so good. They don't really miss. It's just like, I don't know. They make really good like modern rock kind of, you know.
Yeah.
It's like slow rock, but it's also like they can hit.
Yeah, it's like an alt rock, I guess. Yeah. But it's like right in my lane of like shit that I enjoy as well. I mean, it's kind of the stuff that we relate over, honestly. the alt rock stuff. Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. I really love that song, and it came out in 2015, and 2015 is such an underrated year for music.
Yeah.
Like Blurry Face came out that year. That album came out that year. Currents by Tame Impala came out that year. There's so much good shit. I think
it was a big year for hip hop as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
the only one I can think of off the top of my head is To Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah. But I think a lot of other big releases came out that year that I just can't think of right now. But like I remember people saying 2015 was a good year for that stuff. But
it was a great year for music in general, and like that album's so good. I highly recommend Cage the Elephant to anybody. Well, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, but like it's just it's like it's great rainy day music. Like both of those albums, both Melophobia and Tell Me I'm Pretty, very good. Like it's kind of drizzling or it's raining a little harder and you're just walking through it, or even if you're just like looking out the window, it's like it's nice. Yeah. It's nice to just like vibe to.
Yeah. I could definitely see that with that song in particular too. Like I don't know, like I have noticed before his singing voice is like, you know, it's kind of unique to them. It's a very indie singing voice, but like for some reason, like the way it was mixed with that production or something, like it like his voice. That was the first time I was like, oh, I actually really like his voice, a lot.
It's like a raspy kind of like. It's not like a very loud. It's raspy and quiet, and it's like I don't know. It fits their band very well.
But they also kind of put that like, I don't know exactly what it is, but like that kind of effect that like the first thing that comes to my mind is like Foster the People. Like
kind of like
the little like reverby, like it sounds like it's coming through like a megaphone, slightly.
Like that Cage or not.
Like the Cage the Elephant.
like the Gorillas.
Gorillas a little bit. If it was like a little more like singy, I guess. I know the Foster the People do that. At least on Pumped Up Kicks they do. Actually, I'm not sure if I've heard any other songs from them. Also, I guess a little Tame Impala-ish a little bit too. A little less trippy, I guess, though.
Right.
But yeah, no, I really liked the way the vocals were done on there, and like everything just felt so connected and perfect, and I liked a lot of little details. Yeah, I don't know. That was a really great song.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, That was my song of the week. Do you want to spin the wheel of mythicality?
Am I gonna? Yeah, I can spin it.
Here,
let's see where we go for.
right here.
Yeah, so we have a series on the channel called Artist Analysis where we.
I can't see that.
Yeah.
I actually don't want you to see it. I want it to be a
no
surprise.
No spoilers. Where we, pick an artist, listen through their discography, and just kind of talk about it in an episode. And then this will be next week's episode.
So far, we've done John Bellion and Kanye West. So
yes, sir.
Give us a short...
AJR time.
Oh, I didn't put AJR back on there. I'll do that later.
What, you don't want to listen to AJR next week?
Not really. Hopefully, give us a shorter discography, Mike.
All right.
Not Green Day or the Beatles.
Whoop. All right, where are we going? Where are we going?
Tick, 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 tick.
You're going to Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, God, it was really close to Green Day. That would have been scary for me.
Kendrick Lamar, everybody. You can't see
right.
it. There you go. Kendrick. Did I hold that up?
I don't know.
There you go. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about... So we got Good Kid, Mad City.
Nope. Starts off with Section 80.
Section 80.
John will kill you. Wait, should we do this?
Overly Dedicated?
Well, okay, we'll ask John's opinion on this because he knows
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Me neither, to be honest with you. So maybe we'll do Overly Dedicated. We'll see. But we'll definitely do Section 80, then Good Kid, Mad City.
I think it's the deluxe version.
Oh, okay. Pimp a Butterfly. I think we should do Untitled Unmastered as well because I've heard that's really good. Then Damn.
Damn backwards.
Yeah, we'll listen to Damn, then Damn backwards.
Do we want to do Black Panther? Because it's not just him. He's on a bunch of them, but he's not like...
I would say no, only because, like, with the Kanye one, this is pretty much like what, like, that one, I forget what it was called. Not the Jay-Z one.
Not the Throne one.
I don't even remember what it's called. Wait, I just searched up Kendrick. Kanye. They both start with K.
Yes, that's true.
What the fuck is it? I always forget this album exists. Yeah, this one. The Good Music, Cruel Summer. Like, he's not even on some of these songs. It's just, like, a lot of artists. I think, maybe we don't do Black Panther.
Okay.
Once again, we can get John's opinion, though.
Black Panther is it's just TDE in general. So we don't have to do it, I don't think. But we'll definitely do all the other ones.
Possibly Overly Dedicated, depending on what John says. Because, like, I literally didn't even know this existed, to be honest with you.
But he's on every song, so we might have to.
Yeah, maybe we should. But, so that'll be an interesting one. Because, especially interesting for me, because Good Kid, Mad City is one that even earlier this week, I think it was when we were at the record shop, you were like, you still need to listen to that? I'm like, fuck you, I know. Bitch.
The only vinyl they had of Kendrick was Good Kid, Mad City. It was like, if that's not a sign, Mike, you gotta listen to the fucking album.
Now this is the sign. This is the sign.
It was the sign.
But so we'll do that. I've heard Section 80 is also worth a listen as well. Mm-hmm. So
I really love T-Pab and Damn, and I really like Good Kid, Mad City. So I'm very excited to listen through those again. Yeah. But Kendrick Lamar next week for Artist Analysis.
Another good one for John to watch.
Hell yeah.
John's loving this series.
He really is.
Except for the first one.
But get excited for that, guys. So it'll be a very fun episode. You want to close us out, Mike?
Sure. Also, I think it's a little ironic that after we're done here, you're going to remove Kendrick and add in AJR to the wheel. Very on the same level, you know.
Yeah.
Same impact culturally.
God, dude. Sober Up did about as much for the white community as it did
as All Right did for the black community. Anyway, if you're watching on streaming services, thank you very much. We enjoy all of you there, but if you want to see us in the flesh, our faces, our happy reactions to jokes, then you can come on over to the YouTube page, BrokeN Bois, spelled the same, capital N Bois.
Yes, sir.
And then you can find links in the descriptions to our socials. We've got my piano page, and as well as my album of the year page, where I do some album reviews stuff. You'll see my Ed Sheeran review there soon, I think. So exciting, I know. But then there's also Colin. He has his review page on Instagram, where he also does album reviews every now and then.
Every now and then.
And then we have a link to the Twitter. And yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. Did I? Did I catch everything?
Did you mention Plaintive?
Yeah. Maybe not.
I don't think you missed anything, but you do have to go pick up your butthole ointment. So
yeah, that was definitely written by me on the notes section of my calendar.
Yeah. My
handwriting.
Yes.
I also said thanks to myself.
Yes.
Yes. This is a bit that no one gets except for us, but it's okay.
Here, guys.
There we go.
Don't forget your butthole ointment.
I
know you said.
Then he murders me with my tripod.
Say something to the folks.
He's holding me hostage.
All right, bye, guys.